I'm near Farson, Wyoming at Big Sandy Reservoir, and I'm feeling incredibly sad. I don't know if the people that were here previously did this or not, but there were some people here in an R-Pod, and an R-Pod camper, and you see that there by the fire? Let me flip this around and show you what it is. Picnic tables and trash cans and pit toilets have been so generously offered at this place. Here, there's even 2 pit toilets, and there's just, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 picnic tables with fire rings and all that. Well, somebody that was here previously, whether it was the ones that was just here or somebody else, took the bench off to use it by the fire. Really, people? Really? That's why places like this become either closed or charged a fee, because people can't be respectful. You know, they obviously partied a lot. The trash can is full. Beer cans, who knows what else. Again, I don't know if it was them that did it or not, but I don't know. Things like that just really bug the heck out of me. Bring your chairs, people, and then clean up your mess after yourself. See, I was camped up that way last night. I moved down here to get quieter. It doesn't really matter during the day. There's a lot of construction going on right over there. That doesn't bother me a bit, but the guy right up there in the truck camper, he runs this generator, and, you know, I'm not a big fan of that. But this place is just beautiful. I've stayed here in the past. There are other places to camp around the lake. There's some right up that way. And then whenever you first come in along there's no fire pits or picnic tables or anything like that. I know up on that ridge, because I stayed there 2 years ago. And then also on the other side, there's a couple more pit toilets over there. And, you know, camping's available. I don't know if there's camping available anywhere else along the lake. I do believe that's the only places right now. But obviously there is a lot of development going on here at the moment. And so, who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if it's all going to change to fee-based camping in the not too distant future. Isn't this lake just lovely today? There are a few ripples on it now. Just like 15 minutes ago, it was perfectly smooth. So beautiful. Anyway, water is my grounding force, and so I'm thoroughly enjoying my stay here. Oh, I was walking back to my rig and remembered another thing. They obviously dumped their tank, and there's little bits of toilet paper that I can see. You know, it's like the RV safe toilet paper, because it's all in little pieces. But yeah, they dumped their tank. That makes it just real pleasant for the next guy, right? Rude. People are so rude. Just unbelievable.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid.
So I pulled in here just for a little, you know, eat a little food, have a little lunch, enjoy the view. Whenever I pulled in here, this car right here, it wasn't there. That gazebo wasn't there. And actually, whenever I went outside, that car was parked right here beside me. And so they obstructed my view that way and that way. I got out and, you know, I said, you know, guys, I'm not going to stay here, but that was really rude for y'all to do that. And they said, oh, I didn't even realize you were there. I'm like, is my van invisible? Really? So anyway, the guy did move his car to where I at least had a view out there. But they've got other stuff. I'm pretty sure they're going to set up camp. And yeah, they were just trying to block me off. And I can't believe how rude and inconsiderate people sometimes are. And so, yeah, I guess they get to enjoy the spot, but I don't know. I can't believe it. Yeah, inconsiderate. Very inconsiderate. So, my freshwater tank has a gravity fill. It's right in this area. It fell apart, like probably about a month ago. And at this point, it's really important that I get it fixed. Because I lose water out that. Plus, it's a lot easier to fill from that point. But the main reason is because with that being like that, as the water sloshes around and stuff, I lose it. And so, and it's really hard to fill otherwise. So, I got a new hose right here. And another thing that broke at the same time was this little thing. This little thing. So that goes to this right here. I bought a new one. It's a little different, but it does have the air inflow, which is that smaller tube, and then the bigger one, the green hose, will go on. So I'm having to crawl up under the van to try to fix this. So I'll show you what I've been doing from that side. I also had to take this trim off, which, you know, that was no big deal, but hopefully I'll remember to put it, or remember where my screws are to put it back on and everything. Anyway, I got out some mirrors to try to help me down under. Now you get to see me crawling under my van. Yeah, I do have some cardboard. Oh, I can't show you. I do have some cardboard down. That's helpful. See? So I'm being able to slide along it. Got my glasses on because all the road crud falls off. Yeah. Okay, so I'm up under here. I was trying to do all the work with that little thing right there in place. It goes up on this little thing here and hooks up to this. Well, I unhooked that. I had to take some screws out and a bracket off and stuff, but this is a very tight space, and I'm having to come up and over here where I cannot see a thing. So that's what I'm working on. Okay, they might be able to see it. Okay, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, mirrors. Brought mirrors. Did I bring them? Okay, this is going to take too long, so I'm not going to be filming it all. Okay, so I never did finish showing the completion of my plumbing job that I did on my van, which there's not much to see now because I finished it several weeks ago. It's been done. Now I'm going to show you the finished job. Okay, this is where I store my water hose and my bleach that goes in the tank every now and then. So this is what I installed. This is one of the pieces that I installed that's new, is this little thing, and then that little green hose. I got it installed, plus the little clear hose that went on the little bitty air inlet thing. So I don't really like how this one works because you kind of have to stick your hose down in this part, but it probably saves the hose from getting blown apart like what happened to me. So anyway, there it is, all complete. I got the little piece of trim back in. Yep, and there's where I store my drinking water, because I don't drink that water that I put in my tank. That's for showers and cleaning, stuff like that. So this is more people than I've been around in a very long time. A 1938 Plymouth, and the original sales price was $738. How cool is that? 1913 Ford Model T. 1907 International Harvester High Wheeler. 1932 Plymouth PV Coupe. International Harvester J30 Touring Car. 1930 Cadillac Convertible. It's the National Guard Army Band. I stood in line for probably about 40 minutes for some corn nachos. Hopefully they'll be really good. So far they taste pretty good.